Well, I gotta say, it's not every day we play new music here on 108.9 The Hawk. Very cool to have Ozzy Osbourne's latest from Patient Number 9. Cool record right here on the 108.9 The Hawk Morning Show. Good morning, everybody. Whisp Turlington, 7:02, right here on 108.9 The Hawk. Weird things going on this morning here on the morning show. Of course, Boss Ron is making some changes. He's looking around to see what he can do to make us a little more profitable, a little more cooler. I mean, we're pretty cool as it is. I don't see how he could change that at all. But he has made one change this morning. He's removed Greg the Angry Man Garlock, and he has put in his new Wonderkind. Is it Wonderkind or Wonderkind?
I'm going with sure. Wonderkind. Thank you very much.
Oh, there we go. Greg Lemonsour, the latest hit DJ here on 108.9 The Hawk. You're really making waves, Greg.
Well, you know, how are we doing today, people? How are we feeling? How are we living today? This is, of course, Greg Lemonsour coming in for the morning show. Yeah. You usually know me going deep Saturday, 7 p.m. I do the deepest cuts, the dustiest grooves. But, hey, when the people are asking, they want the lemon sour in the morning. Take a big old suck on the lemon, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't like that.
I gotta say, I'm loving this right away. I am into it. I am living in this. I am loving that I'm hearing a new Ozzy song. I'm hearing a new song with Jeff Beck, one of the greatest blues guitarists meets fusion guitarists that has ever existed. His work on Beckola blowing my mind every time I listen to it. And I also love listening to that man just talk about cars, because I have hours and hours of interviews, bootleg interviews that I often play on Going Deep with Jeff Beck just talking about his car collection. He refuses to talk about his guitar, and that's what I love about him.
You know what I love about Jeff Beck? He's always there for his friends. So if for example, if Johnny Depp gets into some stuff, Jeff Beck's gonna be there, and he's gonna pick little Johnny up, and he's gonna say, "Hey, let's do a good record together that everybody will buy and that everybody will enjoy." And that's the latest.
Great guitarists see great guitarists and know they have to represent great guitarists.
Right.
Look, I'm not going to here to get political, but we all can agree. We have said it before. Johnny Depp, one of the greatest slide guitarists that has ever existed in rock. Everyone has learned slide guitar from Johnny Depp. The way he fiddles around on those notes, it's a beautiful symphony of destruction. It feels like I'm walking through a meadow of notes.
You talk a lot. I'm just going to throw it out there.
I'm known for saying some words, and I'm known for having some opinions. All right, that's the Greg Lemonsour way.
Here's the thing about radio, Lemonsour. Sometimes less is more. Do you see what I did there? That pause.
Never felt that way. When I would call in my deep cut requests,
I remember you called in.
Finally, Boss
You
Ron
always called the morning show asking for Marquee Moon by Television, and I would say we can't fucking play it because this is classic rock.
And I said there is nothing but classic rock in Marquee Moon. That is where classic rock started and ended with me, Tom Verlaine's playing, changed the landscape of music, and that's what I would say every time I called in. Every time I called in. But the thing is,
horn that I can play to just shut him up.
Scotty's saying no, so I know that means that I can just keep on talking.
You're gonna have to learn.
And whenever I listen, Wisp, I'd say,
Scotty,
dead air, not for me.
Okay, all right. My God, 7:04. I don't know, Boss Ron. I don't know if this one's gonna work. Kind of miss Jeff. Gonna have to teach this clown a lot about radio. But while I'm at it, I might as well teach someone else a lot about radio. Whisp Turlington School of Radio and Broadcasting is now in session. Ladies and gentlemen, Cindy Ravine in studio with us right now. And Cindy!
Delighted to be here.
Oh my God, and you've got the voice for radio.
Thanks. Yeah.
You know, Boss Ron told me about you, and he said that you are looking to get into, to have a morning show of your own. And he owns so many stations, so it could happen on literally any morning show. What are you looking to get out of a more of a Cindy Ravine morning show?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on.
Oh, of course.
And second, I've been having a really hard time the last, 25 years or so trying to launch a Frank Zappa based morning zoo style show.
Zappa Morning Zoo.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been having a really hard time with the feedback. I've been getting from people is that he's hard enough to listen to in the middle of the day, but apparently people are telling me that these plastic robots, don't want to wake up and hear like Tinseltown Rebellion from the album Tinseltown Rebellion, or Trying to Grow a Chin from the album Shake Your Booty.
Oh my God!
Punky Whips.
Greg's losing it across from. If you just look, go ahead and unmute Greg's mic. He's losing it here. This is.
I can't believe we're finally delving into a realm of music that makes sense to me. The only type of music that should be in the morning show. Frank Zappa.
I mean, the truth of the matter is most people have these boring, miserable lives, and without deviation from the norm, they're just gonna just become catatonic in their miserable, boring, plastic robot ways. So unless, the first thing you do in the morning after you have like a pack of cigarettes and a cup of coffee is listen to like Deborah Cadabra from Bongo Fury, and maybe Inca Roads, maybe I've listened to Inca Roads like 4 or 5 times in a row from One Size Fits All, and it's improved my day. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that like I want to bring that to mainstream America.
Oh yeah!
Wow. I have to say, I gotta say, it sounds like she's actually just listing off what my morning routine is before I come in here to do the show. As we all know, I sit there in front of my Marantz integrated amplifier in my rocking chair that does not move in a hot room, and every morning I listen to the Central Scrutinizer from Joe's Garage.
Well, the Central Scrutinizer. You're gonna have to be more specific because the Central Scrutinizer is like actually all over Joe's Garage. It's kind of like
I have a special cut.
Chorus.
I have a special cut that is only the Central Scrutinizer. Yeah, just him talking. It gets rid of the music.
It's really interesting because the Central Scrutinizer actually whispers, and I think that my show is going to be a lot more yelling.
Oh, okay. Now yelling is fine. That wakes people up. So here's one lesson. I do think the specificity of a Zappa morning show, I think it works. I think it's what we're looking for in 2022. Especially, I think it takes the mission of Frank Zappa, my very good friend Frank Zappa. If you look at the cover of Roxy and Elsewhere, you look at the very left side of that, you think that's a background singer in there, but it's actually me.
So did you work with Frank? Did you work with Frank?
I didn't work with Frank very much. We hung out a lot. I was the inspiration for a few songs.
Charlie's Enormous Mouth.
Thank you. Yes, that was one of the ones with me. We used to hang out. It was me, Frank Zappa, my good friend Nick Nolte, of course, and then Napoleon Murphy Brock, the flute player for Zappa's band, and we'd just go around LA and we would just raise absolute hell. So what I'm saying, that's all stories.
I gotta say, I do have a lot of books about Zappa with pictures of you going around there on the Sunset Strip. I believe also the guy who wore the diaper in Parliament Funkadelic used to hang out with you guys too.
Oh my God,
I'll bet the three of you, when you'd go into a restaurant, I'll bet the staff was like, "Oh, good."
Oh, no, they were so excited and they were so ready to serve us.
Right. And was there a smoking section that had enough smoke for you?
That was a tough thing. We would bring in our own smoke machines a lot of times that were jammed full of Marlboro Reds. And it was just like, all over the place. We did that at a few Sharnies. We did that, let's see here. I think it was the first Applebee's. We did that there. Frank loved an Applebee's. But what I was saying, this is all for the audiobook, the Whisp Turlington audiobook that the Zappa chapter.
Well, he thought food was really funny. One of the interesting things about Frank was, he'd have songs about vegetables and pumpkins. And then he'd also have songs about, you're like, what? That's so random.
Yeah, man.
And it totally was. But I mean, food is kind of random when you think about it.
Oh,
which
it's
you
so
shouldn't.
random.
That's what a lot of people don't realize, is that the phrase "that's so random" came from Frank Zappa's music. That's where these TikTokers who throw it around with real ease don't realize that they're paying tribute.
And when you think about what they're doing to like zombify their brains and how they're just becoming like these plastic robots.
Yep.
You know, it makes you sick. It makes you
really
sicker
does.
than cigarettes.
Oh, well, I never got too sick from the cigarettes.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like it's a lot more sick when you think about society's ills compared to cigarettes, and any like real doctor would tell you that.
Society's ills don't compare to the one lung that Whisp lost that one year. I mean, other than that, that's nothing. That's nothing compared to society.
Yep, I lost it. Stephen Stills, you owe me a lung. If you're listening, Stephen, you owe Whisp Turlington one lung. Hey, I do have to say though, your idea for the show, Cindy, really pushes the boundary, the mission, I would say, of Frank Zappa. Since he's gone, R.I.P., R.I.P., I think he would be doing a morning radio show right now.
Yeah, I think so too. I
would imagine his zoo crew is like the Black Page of morning shows.
Yeah, exactly. It is the Black Page. I think the weather would be really interesting and like kind of messed up. I think the traffic report would be kind of like out there. And also I think the soundboard would be, frankly, like melodically delicious.
Yes.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So much xylophone.
Yeah. A lot of MIDI.
much xylophone.
A lot of MIDI. A lot of xylophone.
And then the Zinclavier 6000, which is the best instrument ever created to the human ear.
I mean, in my opinion, I feel like Frank Zappa's Robin would be like Terry Bozzio over there playing on the SS Bozzio. Just drums everywhere, answering to everything Zappa has to say.
Here's the thing. Go ahead, Cindy.
Oh, and I was just going to say, like, there's so much that he had to say.
Oh, my God, so much.
Almost too much when you listen to Zappa. It seems like that's the beauty of Zappa. You listen to Zappa, it's like too many ideas, and I think that's what music's all about.
Right, and I think that, like, as soon as the sun rises, it's time to get started.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
This is like a manifesto we're hearing here. A new manifesto for classic rock. I don't understand. I understand how nobody has bit on this show because, I mean, we are living in an entertainment world where everything is compartmentalized.
I know. And I'm living in my car, so it's not fair.
Really?
You too? Oh,
yeah,
it's not
fair.
Heard Jeff the Angerman Garlic was living in his car, too. That's wild.
So, God, it's crazy Jeff's not here. I wish he were.
He ain't. Greg's
I know, Greg, I'm getting used to you. This is a really great idea, Cindy. We're going to talk a little bit more about some ideas that I think would work for it, but we do have to check in Arts. When you said traffic, Art Spart over in the booth, he just started making movements, so we do have to go to him real fast. 108.9 The Hawk traffic with Art Spart. Wow, it isn't good. It's wood. Yes, we have a 8-truck collision, and all 8 trucks were hauling big-ass lumber. I assume 2 big-ass lumber. Valverde's only lumber depot. Well, it's an absolute mess, folks. 422 is blocked. So is Ugly Kid Joe Way. Looks like a shortcut could be through the Pete Townsend Junction or Rat Boulevard. Other than that, it's pure carnage. But other than that, things do look great. Oh, great. I'm Art Spart. Traffic, 108.9 The Hawk. It's time for weather on 108.9 The Hawk. That was a very short Art Spart. He really got to the point there. Weather-wise, cold.
Frigid, like a Klausner deep cut, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I don't know what you're saying.
Or like the witch, the drowning witch that the ship arrived too late to save on the album Ship Arriving Too Late to Save a Drowning Witch.
Yep.
See, so this is the way you should be giving Weather, Wisp. Yeah, I think maybe we're giving her lessons, but we should be taking lessons from her, alienating through specificity. That is the key to the new way of art, I think.
I think there's a good mix of what Cindy's trying to do and the old way, the Whisp Turlington way.
I don't know. I'm starting to think like the old way is not working anymore.
Greg?
Yes.
My finger's up in the air.
I know we went through
You
this.
see
Your
my
hand
finger in
motions before. Just
Do you see
that's
my
when
finger?
I got to zip my lip. I got to shut up.
What?
I got to stop
That's
talking. I
what
got to
one
stop reaching
finger
out to the
means.
people out there. Sorry, I'm still talking here. Sorry,
What does
sorry,
two- what
sorry.
does two fingers
Sorry, we're
mean?
okay. It's all right. I get
What
it.
does
I
two
get it.
fingers
No, I get
mean,
it. Two
Greg?
fingers. Yeah, I get it. No, we're good. We're good.
Peace and love. Okay. Yeah, I think there's things we can do here. It's all about structure, but I think there's something really fun with the Zappa thing.
Well, I have a question for you guys. You
course.
are
Fire away.
pros. Like for early in the morning when people
Yes.
are, just having their coffee or maybe like eating breakfast, do they want to hear things like "Don't Eat the Yellow Snow" or "Illinois Enema Bandit"? Or should I
God, it's
save
tough.
that and maybe focus more on Muffin Man because that is sort of the ultimate breakfast song?
I mean, maybe you go with more of the hits, too, that people really know, like Peaches on Regalia.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of the best breakfast you can have.
Oh, it
honestly,
is.
like doctors agree. And, obviously I said what I said before about doctors, but I guess it depends on the doctor.
It truly does.
You do
So-
your own research for which doctor to use. I get it.
I think a good doctor will say that a nutritious breakfast starts with peaches and either yogurt or regalia.
Oh, well,
One or the
my
other.
God.
Greek
It's
yogurt
one or
is
the other.
basically regalia, if
It
you
is
ask me.
basically Regalia.
But you're saying like with the scatological stuff, like maybe don't, because it's really
probably
hard to, it's just hard to avoid though.
I'm
know.
gonna disagree with Whisp on this
Well,
one. I
of
gotta
course
say,
you are.
"Don't Eat the Yellow Snow Where the Huskies Go" is my alarm waking up because it
Really?
reminds me I need to take a leak. And it also reminds
Oh,
me,
do you
don't eat
forget
that
to
snow.
urinate? Do you
I
forget to
often
urinate when
forget
you
to.
wake up? Yeah.
I wake up and I just start finding dusty grooves and deep tracks. I'm trying to find a new playlist for the day.
I'm the
And all of a
same
sudden I
way.
pee myself.
I'm the same way because I drink coffee instead of water and I eat cigarettes instead of food. So sometimes
Interesting.
I don't urinate for longer than you'd think is normal. And what is normal? Like there's
Exactly.
nothing more boring than normal,
Yeah.
right?
If you
and there's
find the
nothing
right
more
doctor,
ugly than beautiful.
you find the right doctor, that doctor's going to tell you don't need water, all right? Maybe you put some decaf mixed in there, but all you need is coffee and cigarettes all day long. That's basically water. It's what the human body needs. I'm with you on this. I'm with you. It does, again, lead to a lot of urinating of my own pants. But hey, no one can smell it if I'm alone. That's the Greg Lemonsour motto.
That is a terrible, terrible motto. Please don't make it a bumper sticker. Please don't make it a T-shirt.
FYI, go to 108.9 The Hawk.
Oh,
We've got
God.
some merch there. If they can't smell it, I'm alone. So we're gonna put down a bumper sticker. Get it out there. The Greg Lemonsour
Oh
word.
my God! How are you the hit?
I'm just wondering also in terms of like staffing out the crew, the zoo crew.
Oh yeah,
Of course.
yeah. You gotta have the crew.
Are there people that like Zappa that other people who like Zappa might want to hear from? Like, who are some stereotypical Zappa fans that I can surround myself with?
Well, I think you can definitely reach out to the Beefheart nerds.
Definitely.
Like any of the Beefheart nerds are gonna be.
I can put you into
Right.
touch with them if you need some.
He's-
like, do
yeah.
you guys know any Jewish guys that have like a yarmulke and a ponytail? Oh no! And like some like a tie-dye T-shirt. Like,
Oh,
do you know
God.
any guys like that in
That
this
guy's-
community?
oh, my.
Who
Yeah.
maybe even, I know that Zappa didn't take drugs, but like maybe
Right.
there's some guys like that smoke pot.
I think there's a fair amount out there.
Right,
A
so
bunch of
maybe-
dudes misconstruing what's going on with that music. That's what it's all about, I think.
Right, because it's so messed up because Zappa's brain was just on drugs naturally.
That's how
Wow.
God made him. That's
Yeah.
how God made him.
But
But
literally
there's
God
no
made him that
God.
way.
But there's no God.
Well,
but
then
there's
Zappa
no
is
God.
God.
That's how
But
the
But
Zappa
there's
universe
no
made him.
God. People
That's
who
how
believe
the
in God
universe
are
made
so
him.
stupid.
But the
Well.
thing is, if Zappa is God, then there is a God, and God made Zappa, and Zappa is
Okay.
God, and he made his own brain with his own drugs.
Right, but Zappa said there's no God because religion is stupid. So
That's the conundrum of Zappa. I mean,
Oh my
that's the
God.
thing we wrestle with every single day. You know how that's how you can deal with a
And
guy
I
with a ponytail and a yarmulke and a tie-dye shirt on drugs, telling you about how there's a God up there. You know, what are we
Right.
gonna do? Hey, this is the world Zappa created. I just live in it.
And I wrestle with debt collectors every day because I don't know how they get my number. I don't know how they get my number. They don't have my address. I don't have
Right.
an address.
Sure, you got to keep driving.
You
I
gotta
have-
keep on driving.
a
on
dress.
driving.
I have a dress. I have a handkerchief dress that I
Sure.
wear to concerts.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's
You've been going
called-
to a lot of Zappa Play Zappa concerts?
I like Zappa Plays Zappa. I like Zappa Thinks About Zappa. I
That's
like,
a great one.
Yeah. I like
Zappa
Zappa,
reads
covers
Zappa.
Zappa. I like Zappa reads Zappa. I like the Zappa band.
Zappa Eats Zappa. The
I like,
the food tour was really nice. I went to that.
fantastic.
I liked
That was very good.
Phi Beta Zappa, which was like a college band.
Oh, all Greeks. All these
All
new
Greeks.
initiated
From Greece.
Greeks.
Yeah.
They just picking up their guitars and playing Bobby Brown Goes Down.
I mean, I'll see any Zappa cover band and then I'll meet them at the back, the back of the stage, and
Yeah.
I'll have notes.
Of
You
course.
give them notes.
I'll have notes. I'll say like Watermelon and Easter Hay sounded like it needed to be a little tighter tonight.
So if you give those
woman
notes
after
to,
my own heart. You got to give notes. That's why I was calling in, Wisp, all that time. The things
I
that
know
you
you were
love,
calling in
you
constantly.
have
I
to give
fucking
notes.
hated every second
if
of
you
that.
You're
You're
not
love
going to
something,
get any better unless they get criticism from a stranger who, and they let me in because
Right.
they're not used to having a lot of women there.
Oh,
first
it's
of all,
all dudes. All
and
dudes.
and they think I'm a groupie, and I'm not. I think sex is disgusting.
Yeah.
I think it's really funny.
Right.
I think it's
Sex is
super
funny.
I think it's super funny. I think Zappa's like lyrics about sex are super funny, but I'm not there to to have any kind of like. I'm not there for any sort of.
That's
You're there for the music. You're there for the music.
Right, and I'm there to criticize people. I'm there to criticize people and tell them, like, maybe pick it up a little bit on Teenage Prostitute next time.
Look,
like
maybe artists would be better if
slow-
they just took the criticism of their fans a little bit better. All right.
Right. And then the other thing I make clear is I'm not a fan of yours. I'm a fan of
Right.
Frank's. And Frank's not here, so I've got to be here and say, slow it down on Truck Driver Divorce because it sounded like you were racing. Where do you have to go? Where are you racing to?
My God.
Slow it down.
My God,
You know what
Cindy,
the
I gotta
problem is?
say.
They don't got Zappa there conducting the
Oh
whole
my God!
time.
But here's the thing.
Right.
with
here's
no
the
one
thing,
watching him
Greg,
conduct.
Right.
Greg, how many fingers do I have up, Greg?
I only see once. That means I can talk. Just have to. Okay, now I got to stop. 2 fingers.
Have you trained him with dog commands?
It's literally the only thing that'll work.
Have
I
you
get a
used
little
clicker?
treat.
Is there a clicker?
I do not have. Scotty, did we get that? We ordered one off
Because there's actually like kind of a fun fact that like Zappa did use a clicker on G-Spot Tornado as percussion, but these idiots ended up losing that master, so it's actually not on Jazz from Hell.
But was
Well,
he using
that's
the
a lost
clicker
piece of
to?
history right there.
Was he using the clicker to control the musicians?
No one knows
we'll never find out.
because he made everyone sign
Oh, my God.
an oath of secrecy
a lot.
Not even
specifically
an
around
NDA.
the clicker.
Not even
no,
an
no,
NDA.
an OOS.
OOS.
Yeah.
Zappa was very big. I saw so many people sign them. They always had wax seals. Wax seals.
Right, they had wax seals, and then
I have a
he'd
collected book of those. The collected books of OOSs. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's thick. It is thick.
And
That's what the true
I've
heads.
tried to burn the wax, but it doesn't work. I don't know. They say it's wax. I don't think it's wax.
I don't think it's wax.
I don't
think it's
know
wax.
what it was. I don't know what it was, but it's
Could have been mercury.
not wax.
I have no idea. We do have to pay some bills really quickly, but Cindy, I'm going to pay you one of the biggest compliments I think you're ever going to hear in your life. Listening to you talk about berating musicians on stage. It was like I was sitting here with my old buddy Frank Zappa.
Wow, that's really a
Wow.
tremendous compliment.
It's the highest compliment I've ever heard.
I
Wisp
got a little
give.
teary-eyed. And I looked around to see if Frank was around, but there was no Frank.
Thank you.
I tried to see. He loved this certain smell of incense. I think it was black love.
Yeah, it was cigarettes. It was
Was
cigarettes.
it cigarette? He was
Yeah,
smoking
yeah.
cigarettes that
That's
smelled
what
like.
it was.
My
It was.
God, I always assumed, but
Yeah.
never asked.
You make
Hey,
an
since we're-
ass out of Zappa is what happens when you assume.
you're around
All right,
cigarettes
2
that
fingers.
much, they smell different.
Yeah, it really does affect your smelling. We're going to talk more about that. We've got a lot more to cover here. We do have to play. Since we're talking about, maybe we're turning into a Zappa morning show. Maybe Cindy, you've already created it because right now my
Welcome to
favorite
the
track.
change.
I was in the studio as this was recorded, and man, I knew it was going to be huge for Frank. From the Shake Your Booty album, it is Dancing Fool on 108.9 The Hawk. Now everybody, have you heard? If you're cooking chicken, put NyQuil on the bird. Gonna get real sleepy. You could even die when you're cooking chicken. NyQuil style, yeah. Now get your pan out, grab your bird, put them together. NyQuil's the word. I'm gonna get real sleepy, gonna probably die when I'm cooking chicken. NyQuil style, yeah. NyQuil Chicken could be the reason for your early death. NyQuil Chicken. Stroke, it gave you one. NyQuil Chicken. You got the NyQuil now. NyQuil Chicken could be the reason that you're not living now. Hey everyone, it's me, American rocker Billy Squier, and I've teamed up with the Valverde Food Commission to let you know you shouldn't be cooking chicken with NyQuil. I mean, man, right? That's just crazy. Like, why would you do that? Like, would it even taste good? Does it make your belly sleepy? I don't know, man. Nobody's given me any real data on this, but I know, just from the looks of it, man, that's bad. Don't do it. NyQuil Chicken could be the reason for your early death. NyQuil Chicken. Stroke, it gave you one. NyQuil Chicken. You got the chicken now. NyQuil Chicken could be the reason that you're not living now.
Do you like comfortable shoes that feel like you're walking on pillows when you wear them? Well, then you've come to the wrong place, man. Hi, my name's Shoe Zappa, and I'm the owner and proprietor of Zappa's Online Shoes. Your home for all shoes that are needlessly complicated. You know, just like my cousin Frank Zappa, I believe in nonconformity, sound experiments, and satirizing American culture through my art. And my art is shoes. Want a shoe that every time you step on it has a crazy xylophone sound? You got it at Zappa's. Do you want a shoe that looks like a pump but feels like a sneaker, but it also has like 95 other parts extraneously glued on and it feels like they don't need to really be there? Well, we got it at Zappa's. Do you want a shoe that every time you look at it you think, I mean, I guess I'm supposed to like that shoe, and then you put it on and you're like, nope, again, it's just not working for me. Sounds like you want a Zappa. So remember, man, if you think you shouldn't enjoy things that should be enjoyable, then you need to be wearing a Zappa.
Can you hear me? Oh yeah, they listen to 108.9 The Hawk.
Let's get the lead out. I want to hear Bryn Mawr College by Led Zeppelin.
And you're listening to 108.9 The Hawk. You know, as the Frank Zappa of 2022 radio said, you could either have peaches or you can... What was it? Peaches or yogurt?
You could have peaches in yogurt or peaches in regalia for
Yeah, that's
breakfast.
good.
But either way, it's a good breakfast.
And that's
Either
medical
way.
advice. That is medical
That is your-
advice right there.
That's your Dr. Oz segment or your doctor's segment on your morning show. Where they come in, it's like pre-recorded, and you're like, hey, this is doctor. You could just say you're a doctor. No, none of them are doctors.
And, you know, if you break up a cigarette and sprinkle some tobacco on the top of it, you'll get a little bit of crunch.
Oh, my. That's a food segment.
Now you're really filling out your show here. You are filling out.
You had a problem doing this morning show. Is it
I
just the
don't know.
Zappa thing?
I don't know. I live in my car, and
Right.
I would just appreciate if you write a check out to make it to cash.
Okay.
That one might be on you, Wisp. You might have to do that.
I can handle that. I get paid $250,000 a show
I'm getting $350 a show, so I could throw some in there as well.
$350 or $350,000.
Look, I don't feel comfortable talking about money. That's not what this is about. This is about music. This is about the heart.
I gotta know.
This is about Zappa now. It's not about the $350K that I make per episode. You gotta talk to station manager Rod.
$350K per episode. I've been doing radio for 50 fucking years, and you're getting $350K.
Look,
because
the new blood is the one who can pull out
us.
the new songs. All right, let's just leave it at that.
It seems rude to talk about that stuff in front of me.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
and
That's
that's
how
why
I
you're
feel.
going to have to write a check there too, Greg. You're going to write a check. You're going to make it out of
Oh,
cash.
I've already written a check and a PayPal and a Venmo. It's all gone to her.
Okay, well.
Don't
Scotty,
you worry.
Scotty,
This show's gonna happen. All right.
Get my checkbook out, Scotty. Get it out. We're gonna produce Cindy's show. We're gonna produce Cindy's show. We're gonna find a radio station that'll do it. Because there you go. You executive producers, Whisp Turlington, Greg Lemonsour, the Cindy Ravine Morning Show. Now, is it going to call? We got to talk names now. We got to talk names. Is it gonna call
I wanted
Cindy
to
in the morning?
brainstorm. I want to put Frank first. Like,
Okay.
I don't know if it's like, frankly something.
I was gonna say
or-
Frank First might be the starting point. At the very
Right,
Frank
like,
First.
yeah, because it is the first thing that you do during the day.
And the second, and all of the things in the day. If you're living
doing,
your right
if you're
life.
doing things right.
What if instead of let's do a play on some of these Zappa tunes that I loved so much, like Trouble Every Day, you could do Trouble Every Morning.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, instead of
Yeah.
sexual harassment in the workplace, you could do sexual harassment in the radio show.
Right.
Of course.
Right. Instead of baby snakes, like baby get out of bed, there's snakes in the bed.
Oh, that always happens in Valverde.
Chic your
It is a
booty,
constant-
chic your brunch with Zappa, right?
Whoa.
That's an afternoon one.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. These are all bad. I would
I guess they
say
are.
we could use a little bit more brainstorming and maybe even, maybe the simplicity is the thing, like Zappa, like Zap AM or
But we're on FM. You're going to be on FM. I will not pay money for AM anymore.
Yeah, I can't support that as well.
Right. I don't know. I'm really having a hard time with the title. Zappa.
We'll get to it. We'll get
Yeah.
to it. We'll get to it. We'll
get to it. Don't you
will
worry.
get to it. It'll come naturally.
Sure.
Outside of Zappa, Cindy, let's get deep in. Let's go deep into Cindy Ravine. Why do you love radio?
Well, I don't. I
Okay,
just love
great
Zappa.
start.
I love Zappa, and I want to get Zappa to the people. And I think radio is like television. It's like this slime that infects people's brains and turns them into these plastic robots. And it's just insidious, and it's garbage, and it just.
I'm sorry,
makes
are we
people
reading
into
from my manifesto
zombies.
here?
It's getting a little personal. It's getting a little touchy and
So,
hurting on me. But
my goal is to infiltrate it and make it good from the inside out
Well, it's
by
already
playing
good.
Zappa.
What about the old guard in radio? What do you think we should do with the old guard of radio? The ones who've been doing this forever, Cindy.
They shouldn't do anything
Like
with the old.
like ventriloquists and stuff.
Oh, maybe not that old. Maybe
Like
let's
the
pull
shadow,
it back to.
like
What
the
you're saying,
like
vaudeville? What
like
about
the
the
shadow nose and that kind of thing.
Like Charlie
let's pull it-
McCarthy?
Yeah, no Charlie McCarthy, no Amos and Andy. If we're getting controversial,
if that's-
controversial.
Hey, if that's the old guard we're talking about, I'm all for cutting their throats.
Yeah, I hate all of it, and I'm
Right.
really looking to make a change with this show.
What if instead of cruising with Ruben and the Jets, it's cruising with Cindy and the Frank?
I mean, it seems like we're getting farther away
Well,
from
shit.
where we need to be.
Well,
so
shit.
I
gotta give me a better.
I don't know, Wisp. She's got the right idea. When you're blue skying, you got to make sure you burn that sky at the same time. That's the
Oh,
the
good.
key to
Thank
good
you.
blue
Please,
sky.
Greg. Please
and
give
usually
me more
I burn
radio
this
advice.
guy with cigarettes, but this is what I do: is I give
Right.
notes to people that don't even know me. Like I'm a really harsh, really negative, miserable person. And
It does not sound that way at all. You sound like a bright, light.
Thanks.
You sound pleasant to me. Pleasant at best.
Yeah, but I really think tearing things down is interesting.
Okay.
And so, keep that in mind as we brainstorm. There's just going to be a lot of no.
Okay, it does sound like there's going to be a lot
I'm just
of no's.
realizing. I think Cindy might be the woman that I saw in that YouTube video. Woman makes Tom Waits cry, and now I'm realizing. Were you giving Tom Waits notes?
Cindy, were you the woman that made Tom Waits cry?
I can't say that for sure, but I know that he has made me cry many times when I have to listen to his music.
Oh.
Yeah, now we're talking turkey.
Because
all right.
Someone doesn't like swamp rock.
Because I also think, wow, what a clear voice that is unmarred by any kind of cigarettes. And I really wish that I could speak as his voice is like velvet. There's absolutely no rasp in it whatsoever.
Yeah, they
None
always
at all.
called him the Velvet Voice. They always refer to Tom Waits as the Velvet Voice. Oh, it just comes right out, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's
Comes
no
right out.
Zappa, that's for sure.
No
Certainly
Zappa.
no Zappa. Doesn't hurt to listen to Tom Waits, though. I'll tell you. Listen to that.
You know what
voice.
else isn't Zappa? It is traffic. 108.9 The Hawk traffic with Art Spart. Well, I'm back, and I got a question for you guys. Have you guys ever watched that movie About Time? It's about a family that has the ability to travel through time, and Art Spart wants that. Art Spart would like to be a time traveler. Look, I know it's a heavy ask, but I think I could do some things. Right some wrongs, wrong some rights. First thing I would do is go down to 422 and tell these 8 lumber trucks that it is a no-go. Don't go 422, and then the rest of the town would get lumber. An amazing thought. Now I pass it to you, Greg and Cindy. Would you be a time traveler? You can't talk to the guests that way.
Hey, he posed a question, Art. It's happening.
Would you be a time traveler? And have you seen the movie About Time?
Cindy, you're the guest. You go first. You've got this.
Have I seen this movie?
Mm-hmm.
I think movies are like this insidious slime that really destroys the mental minds of Americans and turns us all into plastic robots, so no.
How is this woman not our modern Rick Dees over here? All right, she should be controlling all of the airwaves. Our Casey Kasem, all right, because she has got the opinions that matter.
Art, are you okay? Art,
I can hear crying in the distance.
Art, are you okay? Oh, great. Now Art's shut down. Wonderful. Hawk weather. It's time for weather on 108.9 The Hawk. It is, it's cold. Also, we do have to say, I don't know why I'm getting, like, that interaction there with Art. I've never seen him just deflate so quickly.
Hey, that's just the death of the
You could have
old
said
guard.
you saw the movie. You could have said you saw the movie, and it would have made Art happy.
I can't be dishonest.
I mean,
Why would anyone lie? I think she's just a woman just like me. She tells it like it is. Everyone appreciates someone who tells it like it is.
I don't know if they always do. I think sometimes you got to.
No, everyone always appreciates
I
it.
haven't had that experience.
Well, yeah.
Guys, okay, here's something that's going to make us all happy because I feel like we're getting on separate pages. It's Friday, so get ready for the weekend, everybody. Oh, yeah, it's weekend time. We're all having a good weekend. What are you going to do this weekend? You guys going to do anything fun?
What is this?
We play this every Friday to get ready for it's a weekend kickoff on the 108.9 The Hawk Morning Show.
I don't know if you feel this way, but I'm not into this type of fun when I'm listening to music.
You got to have this fun, and Cindy, take note. You got to have some fun in your morning show, or people are going to tune out. They're going to go right into their jobs at an orthopedic office, and they're just going to shut down, and you have not made their day any better.
My idea of fun is like listening to Eddie, Are You Kidding? From the Just Another Band from LA album. This is not fun to me at all.
Do you think it might be a little bit, Zappa had some fun? I think if Zappa were here and I did this, he'd have a hell of a time. If you can't see me because it's radio, folks, but I am really just putting my arms all over the place here because it's Friday.
Yeah, sorry, Wisp. Neither of us are feeling this.
And
all
we
right.
have a good time. Start the weekend.
My good time is you stopping your good time. All right.
I mean, I feel kind of awkward because I know that you did know him and I didn't.
Right. Literally
So
best friends.
part of me has to trust you when you say that he would have liked this.
Oh, he would have loved it. He would have loved it.
I hate to disagree with you, but don't you feel like people who enjoy the work of someone knows that person better
Not
than
at
the
all.
people who
Not at
actually
all.
know them?
Absolutely not. The person
how
that
I
knows
feel.
the person, knows the person. If you feel like you know somebody because you have 42 of their albums on vinyl,
That's not
you
even
don't
counting
know the-
bootlegs, I'm sure,
And
for her.
42 is literally like 1/15 of his output.
Thank you. I don't know. I'm just saying. Just because you know someone doesn't mean you know
Okay.
them. But
how many Zappa albums do you have, Greg?
I've got 43.
Right.
That's European bootlegs. All right.
Okay.
12 inches.
Okay.
And then 127 actual American releases.
Okay.
15 German versions where Zappa
Okay.
sings everything in German, translated by Peter Gabriel.
Wow.
All right. And not even going to get into the bootlegs. And I am guessing that is
No, I get the point.
one
No, I get the
fifth
point. I
of
get the
her
point.
collection.
One finger up.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
warning.
throwing one finger up
Second
to you
finger
now.
up, you're done.
And two.
Now the question to you, Cindy: how many Zappa albums do you own?
950,000, and I'll tell you that I have been pressured by what's left of my family that talks to me to sell them so that I can afford things that are so frivolous to me, like a shower with a bubble bath.
A good thing. A good thing.
Don't give in. Don't give in.
No. A
I'm
good
just
thing.
like I live in my car with my Zappa albums, almost 1 million of them.
In your car. What kind of car do you have?
It is not a good car.
Oh, but it doesn't have to. Like, what size is it? Are we talking like a 1986 Chevy?
It's bug sized. You know the bugs.
Oh, bug sized.
Yeah.
I think I've seen you drive around in that VW Bug. I didn't even know there was a person driving that, and I thought I saw
there's so much
Zappa's
cigarette-
head
there's
in the window, but it was
so
just him
much-
from Apostrophe.
That's a sticker, and I usually smoke a lot, so you can barely
Right.
see. And
Of course.
you'll see like a lot of fog behind the window.
So do you have like a bumper sticker that says, if this bug is Zappa in, don't come a Tappa in?
I have a bumper sticker that says writing about music is like dancing about architecture because I
my
believe
God.
that music criticism is stupid.
I'm with you on that one.
I'm not. A lot of my friends are music critics. I would not have this career without them. You guys are really, truly on a different page here. Scotty, really? I have to fire it again? Great.
Yeah, no. I think.
Is this not like-
I think,
like
Cindy, I'm going to be maybe just between you and me while Wisp is dancing over there in the corner. I think I'm going to be talking to station manager Ron. I'm feeling like I can maybe get you a slot. All right. I'm thinking that maybe this is the time for the new era of 108.9 The Hawk, the time of alienating through specificity, the time of deep cuts and dusty grooves, the time of hours and hours of bootleg Zappa being played on the air by you because you have a personality that can't be stopped.
Thank you. Yeah, talk about a dancing fool.
I'm sorry, guys. I was too wrapped in. What are we laughing about? I was
Nothing.
too
We're
wrapped up in the
nothing.
Rundgren. I was
Don't
too into
tell
the
him.
Rundgren.
Don't tell him.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, then, cool. It sounds like we're having a great time. We're back on the same page. I do have to tell you that today's sponsor is Celebrity Den, the UK's #1 version of Cameo. I don't think it is owned by Cameo or affiliated with Cameo. But they say that they're the UK's #1 version of Cameo. So that is very, very cool. And
I've gotten
thank you for sponsoring.
many videos from there. Carl Palmer from Emerson, Lake, and Palmer.
There you go.
I've gotten Robert Fripp.
He's gonna tour with some holograms.
That's the way music should be. Music should never die, especially music as important as ELP, even if the member of the band was kicked out of the band before they were even done being a band.
2 fingers up. Hey, we do have to take a break. We'll come right back with Cindy Ravine and Greg Lemonsour.
We'll be back.
But guys, big news in Valverde. I don't know if you know this. Of course, last year, huge rift with the mayor's, with the election of the mayor. First, it was the Mutant Hawk Krog versus our own Jason Gore. Everybody loves Jason Gore. And Krog initially won. And then Krog was defeated and he vanished. And Jason Gore was mayor. And then through Valverde constitutional ways, he was removed from office. We have just elected our new mayor. Breaking news here. I guess I should fire this. All the news you can use, or the news you could lose. It's news time on 108.9 The Hawk. It's crazy to say. It's very crazy to say.
Feeling crazy from the heat seeing
the
this.
Well, you kind of just blew it there, didn't you?
Oh, sorry. You're just taking too long. Again, you can't have spaces in classic rock radio.
It's, Cindy, take note. It's called Build Up.
Cindy, take note. You never stop talking when it comes to classic rock radio. You never stop saying words. You never stop feeling 2
Sorry,
fingers.
I passed out for a minute. I sometimes I don't get enough oxygen in my lungs, but I'm back.
The new mayor of Valverde, ladies and gentlemen. Can't wait to get him on the show. David Lee Roth on 108.9 The Hawk.
Wow.
Burgers, 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 and tools, tools, tools. Sounds like my type of eating establishment.
Hi, I'm Home Improvement's Richard Karn, and I'm here to talk to you about Burger Tools,
the greatest new burger chain in all of Valverde. That's right, it's the only home improvement themed burger joint in all of Valverde, and it's the only one co-owned by me, Richard Karn. And oh boy, we got everything you could want in a burger joint and in a home improvement fan-based restaurant. Every time you open the door and you hear that, you'll know you're home at Burger Tools. And you just step up to our Wilson, quote-unquote. Yep, that's right, every server hides behind a fence and is wearing a bucket hat. And he'll give you advice while he's taking your burger order. And oh, the burgers that we've got the Pamela Anderson, we've got the Belt Sander, and of course we got the PATABS combo. That's the Pamela Anderson, Tim Allen, and Belt Sander combo. They're all jammed together, and that one is gonna run right through you, because that's the Burger Tools promise. Burger Tools, it's gonna run right through you. Now I know what you're wondering. Where am I gonna get my Karn fix at? Well, don't worry, we're always playing both the Home Improvement theme song and Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Carnival 9 in tribute to me, good old Al, Richard Karn. We're always having a good time here down at Burger Tools, the burger that will make your butt go
Life's real tough and we're feeling bad. Might as well get some soda, Dad. Life's real tough, we're feeling bad. Might as well get some soda, Dad. Go down the aisle, pick up one can, and in your hand you got soda, Dad. 'Cause life is real tough and you're feeling bad. Might as well get some soda, Dad.
Hey everyone, it's Zane from Fisker, reminding you that the best soda on the market, it's Soda Dad. And the cool thing is, guys, you only have to buy one can, because it multiplies, man. So get yourself some.
Soda Dad.
Well, since he's our mayor, he gets a double shot right here on 108.9 The Hawk. It's David Lee Roth, or should I say Mayor David Lee Roth.
Wow, I gotta say, we gotta welcome him with open arms. I gotta say here, Whisp,
I was not finished,
I gotta say, this is Greg Lemonsour here running this show, and I gotta say, we gotta have open arms for him. I say, I want to see who's on his cabinet. Any of the characters from the beginning of the Yankee Rose video, I want them on his cabinet. All right.
You mean what characters?
Oh, you've got non-problematic characters.
No, you're telling me all about it. What are those characters?
I want to see the comptroller to be that sexy old man with those sexy old women. I want that to be our comptroller of Valverde.
Wow, that sounds like a really...
I want the lady who wants laxatives. I want her to be our secretary, all right? Not in my store, you won't.
I'm not arguing with you on this.
Now that was comedy.
Greg, we
right
have a
up there
guess.
with Frank Zappa.
Frank Zappa, what? Hi, I'm
what?
back.
What?
Sorry.
I passed out
you
again.
passed out.
No, I
I
passed
guess
out again.
you
It's
guys
fine.
run it.
Run what? I can't run. My asthma is bad.
Well, I wasn't asking. That is, I do apologize. I'm sorry.
okay.
Like,
I
my
can't
grandmother
believe you
had
brought that upon
emphysema.
her.
I know. I feel like a dick now. I feel like an absolute dick. And when you feel like a dick, you want to get a great meal right down at Sharney's.
For free at Charlie.
Yeah, Sharney's sponsoring this section of the 108.9 The Hawk Morning Show. Cindy Ravine in the studio with us. I guess it's good to just stretch your legs and, not be in a car.
My legs are problematic circulation-wise.
Okay.
Interesting. What does your doctor say about your legs?
I keep talking about doctors, but the truth is I've never seen one. I've seen one on I've seen one on television.
That's
Which
basically
is the
seeing a
slime,
doctor.
which is the slime. Television's disgusting and evil.
Wait, which doctor was it? Dr. Quinn, medicine woman?
I don't remember. He had a white jacket on.
Oh, that would be Anthony
That literally
Edwards from
could be.
ER.
Oh, that's definitely Anthony Edwards. Also played Goose on Top Gun, and if it was a little Top Gun spoiler, he dies.
He dies.
But comes back in Top Gun Maverick as the villain. Another spoiler. I apologize.
Sydney's
I
not going
guess
to know.
it doesn't
She doesn't
mean
like
shit
movies.
to you guys. You guys both are too up here, too brainy for Whisp Turlington, the man who was actually fucking friends with Frank Zappa.
I'd like to see proof that you're friends with Frank Zappa. Where's he from? Where was he born?
Yeah, let's dig him up. We didn't talk about these things.
You should know where Frank Zappa was born.
Yeah, one thing, though, you got to know. Wisp, when he says he's best friends, he never actually talks to these people. He just sits around drinking cognacs with them, learning about their day-to-day, but today, not in the past.
Yeah, we don't. We move through time together. Art, it is a lot like, it's about time. We are time travelers just kicking back a cognac.
Baltimore.
He was born in Baltimore. He wasn't a California man.
No, he went to California later.
He went to California, but Creedence Clearwater Revival, famously born in the bayou.
Famously. That's the reason I like
That's
them.
correct.
They're authentic. They're
They
authentic
are
to their
too
music.
authentic. So why didn't he stay in Baltimore then?
He was a child. He was a baby. He was a baby when he was born in Baltimore.
I mean, babies have decisions. Babies can make plans.
Like what?
Oh, babies can do anything. Babies can plan a meal.
Babies can't do anything.
It sounds like you have a real problem with babies.
That's true.
Yeah, got you
I guess
dead to rights on that one.
Burnt. I don't even want to say burnt on that one. It doesn't feel fair. Hey, let's see here. So we're gonna write these checks to get your morning show going.
Again, you need to. I already did.
I
Got to check her bank.
I get it.
I do not
Greg.
have a bank.
Oh no.
where-
I'm worried that I
You're gonna
Venmoed
have
to the
just-
wrong
you're
person.
You're gonna have to just give it to me and I have
So-
salted the earth financially.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to be disputing some Venmo charges
Who did you
later.
wire? Who did you wire? That's a weird one.
I am worried about this one. All right.
Glad I
guess,
didn't do it yet, honestly. So, do you want this in cash or do you want this
Yes.
in records?
First one. There's no Zappa records I could buy. I have all of the Zappa records.
Well, I have a copy here of a 45 recorded by Frank Zappa and given to me. It's called Happy Birthday Wisp.
I have it.
Wow.
He told me he only made one copy.
Well, then why do I have it?
Did Dweezil do that? Did Ahmet do that? Did Moon do that?
Do what? Have birthdays?
Did they... No, not have birthdays.
No, if you were a true Zappa head, you would know
Releases. He
that
told
none
me-
of his children ever had birthdays. That is a Zappa rule.
No, he said this was personal. He said it was made just for me.
Well, then, I mean, I have one.
Fuck.
Wow. We don't like to say burn here like Wisp said, but burn
Is
what
it
sounds
29
like.
minutes and 30 seconds long?
It's 29 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, I have it. I have it.
I'm looking.
In
I can
fact,
see right in the back.
I
She's got
may
an
have had the
acetate.
In fact, you might want to look in the sleeve because there might have been a heist situation in which I replaced it with cardboard.
Let me see here. I'm opening.
Interesting. Interesting. Now that is a true Zappa fan.
Motherfucker.
See, the Mothers was the name of his band.
Interesting.
It
Real
is
Thomas
interesting.
Crown affair here.
This
All right.
is a homemade
They were
card.
the Mothers of Invention, and then they became the Mothers.
This was a. It's just a piece of cardboard, and you misspelled birthday.
Well, oops.
You know, you might want to look at that matrix burn-in in the center of near the spindle, Wisp, because I've got a feeling I can see it from here.
It's not
it
a
says,
hole.
fuck you, Wisp.
It's not a
Yeah,
whole.
I see it too. And,
It's a whole thing. It's a whole vibe.
Exactly.
That
Wow.
was
Wow.
one of my favorite things in the world, and it was the one thing that I remembered Frank so well for.
Guess you
But
didn't
I gotta
know.
say,
I guess we're seeing if you know someone, you might not know them so well. Thesis proven.
I'll sell it back to you for $550,000.
That's a deal.
Oh, we've got a Shark Tank deal here. I'm loving this. I am seeing this. I am telling you.
Call me
the birth-
Mr. Wonderful.
I'll call you Mr. Wonderful all day long. We are seeing the birth of a new radio here.
Scotty, go ahead and you want it in coin? Do you want it in
No, I want cash.
cash? You want like paper?
Yeah, paper.
She wants paper, Scotty.
Give her paper. All right. No Bitcoin
fuck.
here. Wow. This is a
I gotta say though, here's the thing, Cindy. Frank would never pull a heist on a friend. I hope that's a lesson you learned really, really well today, because as Frank-like as you were before, Frank would never pull a heist.
Well,
On
I'll
a
learn it
friend.
now that I can buy a house. I'll keep that in mind.
he wants executive producer credit on that house that you buy there. All right.
Fine.
I don't.
I don't care.
You can do whatever you want. You can burn the house down. You can fill it with Frank
I probably
records.
will, because I do sleep with a lit cigarette in my mouth.
Perfect.
The only way to
Perfect.
sleep.
It's a wonderful situation. My God.
I mean, I'm telling you, this is it. We are seeing it.
I'm not long for this world.
I would agree.
That's why I'm talking to Boss Ron. We are going to get you on before you die. All right,
I would
you
say
are
we
getting
get
your
you-
own show.
I would say before that, we should get you a doctor.
Again, I don't know about these doctors.
He doesn't
and their
get
white
it.
coats.
He does not get it. All right, Goose is not going to tell her anything she doesn't know. Okay? Exactly. So why don't you just let her? Hey, maybe this is going to be her broadcast. Maybe
This
we've
might be
given
it.
her.
You might-
Maybe this is your Make-A-Wish Foundation wish granted. You have your own Zappa show.
He's
This
just going to
is
tell
it.
me, oh, you shouldn't smoke cigarettes. You should vape.
Well,
That's what
still
most
a bad
doctors are
doctor
saying.
because you shouldn't do either.
I don't know. I do remember that ER episode where Goose said that you needed to vape. That was just a classic.
Oh,
Classic of the
I do
series.
remember that episode. The Clooney doctor was just blowing big ass clouds. I do remember
I
that.
don't
That was-
want to vape. I don't want to vape.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
Clooney doctor really did enjoy that cotton candy vape, but hey, that's
Yeah,
your
this is,
funeral. You do what you do.
Well, Cindy, I got to say thank you so much for coming by. I hope
Thank you.
I hope you figured out some things. You
I did.
clearly
I made $500,000.
clearly made $500,000.
It all worked out.
Just like
I mean, and you've got a voice and a
that.
personality for radio. It looks like you've got all the elements to make you the next star here.
Let me ask you a question. Have you gone to other morning shows and just fleeced them for $500,000?
This is the first time anyone's
This is the
had
first.
me on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good.
First
Good.
in the
Glad we
grift.
can do this, Boss Ron. I really agree with you, Boss Ron. This was a fantastic idea.
I'm agreeing with you, Wiss. A lot of fantastic
course you
ideas
are.
Boss Man
Of
Ron's been
course
having
you
a
are.
lot lately. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Well, here is something that Cindy will probably never see before she dies. It's UFO, Doctor, on 108.9 The Hawk. And now, it's the interview. Ladies and
Yay.
gentlemen, Julie Klausner.
Hello.
Oh my God, Julie, thank you so much for being on here with us.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Oh my God, Cindy and Greg just agreed right off the bat.
There would have been a love connection if Cindy hadn't been so revolted by sex.
That's true. That's true.
Or her legs weren't completely problematic.
Frozen with, yeah.
Yeah. We were talking before we started recording that you and I are the only ones that like Zappa
In this trio,
in this trio.
I've
think 'cause
tried many, many times.
Jeff just doesn't do it.
Yeah.
I definitely think because there's so much of him, there's a mixtape to be made that might
And maybe it
your
needs to. I've
mind.
had people threaten to give me the mixtapes, and they'll be like, "I know the stuff that you would like," but then I'll like kind of try to do my own.
Let them do it. No, don't do that. You have to let someone be curatorial about it because there's so much, there's so much there. So much of it is bad, but then I think just let your friend make you a playlist.
I mean, it was a week ago. My friend Mike Pace all of a sudden was like, "I found the Zappa song I like," and it was a song of Joe's Garage.
Which one?
But then it's a little bit of I can't remember the song name now. It's a little bit jammier, but it has.
Greasy.
It was a jammy one?
It was jammy,
Yeah.
but it had
Oh.
that talking on it again. The grand
Yeah,
whatever.
the central scrutinizer. I know. It's such a bummer when he's trying to be funny.
Yeah,
And that's the album where he's kind of in blackface on the cover, correct?
he's not kind of. He just is. I mean,
Yeah.
it just,
Yeah,
he's
it's-
real Amos and Andy on there. It's
Yeah, now I feel like I'm a bandit. What am I doing defending? Now I can't defend him.
Yeah. No, I always took it as he was working in the garage and it was just a lot
It's
of
grease. It's grease, but it's still
definitely.
I'm sure-
advised.
And I'm sure he had all that grease on his face when he wrote Crew Slut.
Definitely.
Crew Slut is kind of fun. I do have a soft spot for horny Zappa, I will say.
Yeah.
I like horny Zappa. I like, Dynamo
sure.
Hum and like
Oh yeah.
I
Baby Snakes.
is Baby Snakes horny?
Isn't it about penises?
I mean, it could be, but
Late at night is where they come out.
it could be, but it also could just be about snakes. Because I remember
It could be about snakes.
the concert film had that not my favorite kind of animation, but the claymation guy that he
Yes.
worked with, and
Yeah,
there
yeah.
were actual snakes in it, I think. But you could be completely right. But then there's things like titties and beer where you're like, well,
Right.
I know what that's about.
Look,
Yeah.
I listen to enough problematic black metal and dumb prog that I can't be throwing any stones too
love-
much at
You
Zappa.
cannot.
I love prog. I love
I mean,
prog.
it's the greatest.
I love
We'll have to-
prog, and I love really long guitar solos and jam outs. That's
Hell yeah.
my thing. I love it.
I
We'll
think
have
it
to-
is a big chunk. It's just comedy and music is tough for
It's
me.
a
And
bummer.
and
It's-
and he's like Lenny Bruce, where I'm just like, it's just not funny.
Yeah,
man.
he's
Like,
not. When he tries to be funny, he's not. But then, oddly enough, when he is serious and he's talking to politicians on TV,
Yeah.
he's funnier than he is when he's like trying to be a goofball.
Yes, agreed. Agreed.
Oh my God, Julie! It's we could talk rock all the time, and in fact, we'll probably have to have you on Hawk Rock Talk, which is going to be a bonus show where we just talk about rock stuff like this. But Julie, thank you so much for coming on. Of course, everybody knows Julie from Difficult People, which is still it's up there like one of the absolute best comedies ever written.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Can I
again.
say
And-
my favorite Julie credit, and I probably have said this to you before,
Thank you.
is that my wife often, like, if you come up or something, she'll be like, I remember once meeting Julie outside of like a show, and she sincerely asked me my name and how I was doing. And she was just like, that
That's
literally
the best credit.
Yeah, but she was like, that literally never happens from anyone at UCB or any of your music scene that I had to deal with. And I was like, yeah, Julie's nice. Like I'm like, that's the plus. But like it does, if like she'll see your picture, she'll be like, I remember when Julia sincerely asked me how I was doing. And I'm like, yeah,
that's
you
such
put up
great
with a lot.
compliment. I love that compliment. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Send her my love.
I shall.
I will always say that you were the first person that ever cast me in anything, ever. And
Wow.
it meant the absolute world to me. It
Tried to
still
cast
means
you.
the
We tried
absolute.
to cast you twice. We tried to cast
Yes.
you a few different things, but you were unavailable.
I was unavailable for that second
yeah,
one.
you
And then Dan,
you and Kristen.
yeah, and Dan
Yeah.
Soder played the role that I would have played.
Yeah.
Who's
yeah.
and his wife was Jamie Gertz, so it probably was good that I wasn't there because Twister is one of my favorite movies, and I would have
God.
I would have frozen up. I'd have been like Twister. I would have asked it like questions like the cows, were they real?
The cows.
But yeah, Difficult People, absolute one of the best shows. Jokes per second on that show, just
I like
high
jokes.
count. Oh my God, you love
Thank
jokes.
you.
And then, of course, Double Threat with our
Yes.
pal Tom Sharpling, who has been on The Hawk and, a big supporter of 108.9 The Hawk. And, yeah, Double Threat, such a good podcast.
Thank you so much.
Literally, it's not even like a podcast. It's just you and Tom getting on and, like,
Yeah.
talking as friends and just dorking around, and that's the best part of it.
Oh, well, thank you. It's a blast. And I love this show. I loved Alex Cordelis's music critic character who wrote Sex and Candy and Good Songs is the name of his book.
Yes. Yeah. He wrote it. Yeah, about Marcy Playground.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he also had a song called "They Have Become," which is the story of Seven Mary 3.
Oh, that's it. Cumbersome. Yes.
It's so unnecessary.
So,
Like all music writing, mostly.
and he was originally a character on the very first Hawk called Mr. Bitch,
That is true.
who gave a bunch of like Rock 101 tips.
Yeah.
Oh,
That were all
God, I
made
didn't
up.
realize that. That's hilarious.
Yes.
That's the way first started.
For the longest time,
he's
he was
the
like,
best.
"Don't tell anyone I'm Mr. Bitch." I'm like, "Okay, we won't.
He
won't."
loves
But then-
he loves the cryptic angle. And it's always like, no one cares that much, so chill out.
That's great. I love
And
a
then-
secret.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not going to talk about that. You guys have 2 shows coming up with Double Threat. That is, the first one is at the Lodge Room, and that's September 28th.
Yes, we have a live show at September 28th at the Lodge Room, and then we have a show that is not sold out yet, October 21st at the Bell House in New York.
At the Bell House. My God. So this is going to come out on the 26th. So
Great.
People, you're listening right now, Lodge Room is sold out?
Not yet, but it will be. And
It will
we
be,
have,
so-
we're just like finalizing our guest situation, and it's going to be great. If we announced the guests, forget it.
Then it'll
You'd be
completely
doomed.
sell
You'd
out.
be doomed. Yeah.
Going to completely sell out. But that is September 28th in Los Angeles. And you said October 21st in New York City?
October 21st in the Bell House in New York.
Julie, we absolutely love you. I can't wait to see you when you're out here in LA. Thank you so much for coming on.
Likewise, thanks again, guys.
And this is 108.9 The Hawk. Jeff, what can people do if they want to help out The Hawk?
Go to 108.9 The Hawk.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Check out all of our old episodes, or also, you know what you should do? Go to Apple, go to Spotify, subscribe, tell your friends, but give us a rating, 5 stars. What do we decide upon that they should tell me?
I think it was.
I like this, Jeff.
Something like, I really like this, Jeff. Just
Yes.
write that in all caps.
And it has to be to me specifically. GEOFF. I will not accept a JEFF 5-star review.
Okay.